Jubilee Members of Parliament did, as I say, pass all proposed amendments to the Elections Act. After their opposition counterparts walked out of the special sitting this morning, they also amended the contentious clause to provide for manual identification of voters in case technology fails. Court MPs marched to the Milimani Law Courts to present their petition against the way Jubilee and Parliament has handled the entire issue. They claim that Jubilee MPs came into Parliament with crude weapons, where some Court MPs claim to have been assaulted by Jubilee MPs.
I have confirmed that we more than cooperate. I therefore, as the desire of the House, put the question.
Jubilee Members of Parliament went ahead with the amendments to the election laws even after their opposition counterparts walked out.
In Mosiro Ward, which was conducted recently by IBC using modern technology, there were two people who were not able to be identified by the biometrically. And we know, Mr. Speaker, we have members of Parliament who are in this House who won elections with 3 votes only. So if you don't allow those people who are not able to be identified for various reasons, some of them are mechanics, Mr. Speaker. Opening some of those things, when you are registering, maybe your fingerprints were okay. After some times, they evaporate, Mr. Speaker. So you discuss. They get disfigured. They get disfigured, Mr. Speaker. And so you require an alternative method to identify.
As the desire of the House, put the question that the Election Laws Amendment Bill number 3, National Assembly Bill number 63 of 2015 be now read a third time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. As many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
The Court Members of Parliament led other opposition legislators to the streets, saying it will be the new avenue of engagement with the government. They presented their petition to Milimani Law Courts seeking redress for what they term as breach of law by Jubilee.
Government allowed Jubilee Members of Parliament to walk into the chamber with ammunitions, with guns, and pepper spray and all kinds of crude things. We have members of Parliament here who have been assaulted. We have taken our case to the street, and that is where we will be when all else fail. The streets, the language tyrants understand is the language of the people. We are going to wait, to keep vigil and wait for justice to talk.
Watu 5 walini assault, wakasema wewe unafikiri hapo baba atakuja kusaidia. Mimi nikasema sisi ni watu wa baba, usilete mambo ya baba. I think waliona tukidebate watashindwa. Saa hii ile kitu inatengenezwa pale ni JEBC, sio IEBC. Jubilee Electoral Brokers Cartel.
There was heavy police presence inside and around Parliament before and during the special sitting. The legislators were forced to use the public entrance, with their usual entrance opposite KICC blocked by heavily armed police. NTV reporter Kennedy Mureithi was briefly arrested by plainclothes policemen. His phone was briefly confiscated. Earlier, there was a media blackout in the National Assembly as live broadcast of proceedings was cut off and journalists locked out of the press gallery. Daniel Mule, NTV.